Hey, hey. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let me pull you guys up. Let me say what's up. Clarissa, Yarn, Cassie, Sweet Carolyn, Voice for the Voices, Winter Moon, Texas Girl, Rachel in the house, Bonnie in the house, Bobby J, Denise, Emmy Bear, Flora and something, Sissy, IBL, Texas Girl, Rocco in the house again, Kate Garcia, Heather, Wonder Matters, Denise. All right. I was like sitting, I'm like, where is everybody? Then I realized the State of the Union is on. So I'm not exactly going to try to fight with the State of the Union, but kudos to anybody that can sit there and listen to Biden, because I can't. I just can't. Yes, I do know that there's been stunning development that has occurred in the case of the missing boys, Orrin and Orson West, that murder charges filed Tuesday against Trezell West, their adoptive father. But they still don't have a body, correct? Hey, Marisa, they still don't have a body though, right? There's no body yet. No body, no crime. I think they're trying to throw the public off. Hey, Lilac. Okay. Hey, Blueberry. Hey, Candy Apple. Let me just put you guys up on YouTube. And let me just, okay. All right. I got a lot to say. What's up, Alicia, about this whole Candace interview? Oh my God. He's killing me. All right. So, all right. I'm going to try to speak fast because I really have a ton of shit to do. And I have walls that are like half painted, and my whole room looks like World War III. Not true. Check out Joe Daniels' case. Yeah, but you can do it, but to file murder charges against somebody with no body, where's the murder? How can you say there's a murder when you have no bodies? There's no murder unless they're bodies, unless there's enough evidence to show there was a murder, but we don't even know where these kids are. It's not like there were bones found or anything. So maybe they ran away. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So I don't know. I like the old theory of no body, no crime. So, all right, let's talk about Candace. And I was going to say Capone, but we don't need to talk about Capone. But I want to say I am going to give a different perspective on this than you're probably hearing from most. And one of my mods had pointed it out, and I said, you just hit on exactly what I was going to talk about, because I haven't really seen many people talk about it yet. But Sheriff Lawson, and I'm going to play the interview, but Sheriff Lawson put it out in the public today that they are not, that all of a sudden the family is not cooperating. Well, in the same breath, you said they got lawyers. So if they have lawyers, they're not going to cooperate with the police. That's exactly what needs to happen. It's about time that Candace and Don got some attorneys and are not going to get railed by the public, the police, and anybody else. So why Sheriff Lawson is out there saying, well, they're not cooperating, knowing how much social media has played effect on the way people see Candace, Grandus, and everybody else. Well, now they have lawyers. Based on the statement, Candace and Grandus made no lawyers. Then why did Sheriff Lawson say they have lawyers? I don't understand. Or the news media, somebody's saying they have attorneys. So I don't know. I'll find out. I mean, I know someone that talks to Candace. They haven't been cooperating, which I don't believe that they haven't been cooperating unless they have an attorney. If they have an attorney, then that makes sense why they're not cooperating. But without an attorney, I don't know what more they can do to cooperate. I mean, what do they want from them? That's what Sheriff Lawson said, they had attorneys. Okay. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't understand what they expect out of them. Don's in jail. So what do you expect Don to do? Candace is by herself. Don may have told her not to say anything. No idea why he said that. He should now be able to prove it. She made a statement on the news and Candace wrote a note statement. Okay. Maybe they have an attorney that they don't know about, or maybe that's just a reason for Lawson to lie because he's a cop and some cops lie. I don't know. All right, I'll check in a minute. I want to play this report so everyone can hear it. Yeah, that's true, though. Don does have a lawyer. Don has a public defender. Maybe he's working the case as well. That's what I'm saying. They both said they can't speak for Don. Okay, so that makes sense then. But that makes sense. That probably is the reason. Don may have asked his attorney to represent them. I mean, it's a different case technically, but okay. Let's go ahead and play this.
Another story at 6, day 2, and a planned search for missing 6-year-old Summer Wells is now over.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said teams scaled previously identified points of interest in Hawkins County. The agency says much of the area where Summer disappeared requires...
Okay, let me stop this for a second. Hooked on Phonics, I don't even know why you're in here, but regardless, you're right. A public defender can't be assigned to a case that has no charges, but a public defender can also act as a regular attorney. So I understand you wouldn't understand that, but yes, it is possible that he hired him as a private attorney to work this case. Has nothing to do with Don hiring him as public defender, but he can still hire him as a private practice. Public defenders also do private work. Why can't he, Monica? No. He can only defend him as a public defender on this particular case, but he can still hire him totally separately as a private attorney. That he can do. I've seen it happen.
Extra time to search thoroughly. They say it's extremely steep and dangerous. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, the lead investigator in the case.
Yeah, Ansley, the sheriff told you today that Summer's family now currently is not cooperating with law enforcement?
That's exactly right, Josh and Sarah. He also told me that the family has attorneys. Now, he did tell me that he didn't want to speak any further on the matter, but I did have the chance to speak with Summer Wells' mother and grandmother at the home where she disappeared earlier today. And her grandmother told me that she wanted to address the sheriff's comments about them not cooperating, as well as whether or not they have an attorney. And this was the first time that we have spoken with her on camera since her granddaughter went missing.
Mr. Lawson stated that Candace and the whole family is lawyered up. I can't speak for Donnie, and I know Candace hasn't because she's told me she hasn't, and I have not. If law enforcement wants to talk to me, TBI wants to talk to me, they have my phone number. They know when I leave the state. They know when I'm here.
Summer Wells' grandmother, Candace Hare, says she hasn't spoken with law enforcement since December 13th.
They have not contacted me since the YouTubers were down here in the driveway, and we asked them about trespassing.
Summer's grandma was with her granddaughter all day on June 15th, the day she disappeared. She walked me through what they did that day and said she and Summer were repotting cactus plants outside of her camper. And then
Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite. And then she went in. She said, Mama, I want to go play with the boys. Candy walked her back to the house. And she asked the boys to keep an eye on her. And that's the last time I seen her.
as
Okay, let me tell you something that proves right there she's lying. How would she know? Now, if she was in her house, because allegedly they weren't even in the house, they were sitting on the front stoop, but she just said they were in the house. So how did she know exactly what Candace would have said to the boys if she was at her house and Candace brought her all the way to her house? That's a lie. She's following the quote unquote script. But yeah, that she just repeated the same story. That has nothing to do with the question. Just saying. No, but that part of the story hasn't changed. Every story has every story is the piece of candy. Every story is her going back to Candace walking her back to the house, but in actuality, she would have no idea what Candace said.
the 9-month mark of when her granddaughter was reported missing approaches, she says the social media and online rumors have to stop.
If they want to help, that's great. But if they want to spread lies, that's a different story. Because that's all they're doing now is spreading lies. They're reaching and trying to figure out what lie can we spread now. And I'm tired of it.
Hold up. Chasing Truth. Candace said she yelled into the boys. Grandus was literally right there. No, that's not what Candace says. Candace said that she physically walked Summer over to the boys, went into the boys' house, walked to the boys and asked the boys to watch Summer. I don't know where you're talking about screaming. She walked it to the steps, yes. And asked the boys and yelled at the boys to watch Summer. Grandma said she was in the house, but originally they were sitting on the stoop. I could have sworn she said she went in the house.
Now, Summer's mother, Candace Bly, did not want to go on camera. However, she did write this statement for us on my notepad. You see it right there on your screen as well. It says, I've never stopped talking to law enforcement. No, I have not lawyered up. I don't understand why this is being said. I can't speak for Dawn, and we are willing to do whatever to bring our daughter Summer home. Thanks for all the searchers. Now, she also did not want to address her new YouTube channel, Dr. Phil, or anything other than the comments by the sheriff made earlier today. However, she and her mother, Summer's grandmother, wanted me to reiterate how thankful they were for the searchers who are still out looking for Summer, as well as law enforcement for still keeping this investigation open and fresh. Live in Beach Creek, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Let me tell you what I think is going on. If I'm right, you heard it here first. If I'm wrong, okay, so I'm wrong. Something in my gut tells me that Don is working with Lawson somehow, some way. Maybe Don did lawyer up because he's the one with the money. So maybe he did lawyer up, being that he's going to get burned, or allegedly feels like he's going to get burned by Benny. His wife already said that she's not in love with him anymore, but that she just loves him. Don is a narcissist, in my opinion, who has to have control over things. And I think Donna's going to turn on Candace. And I think Don lawyered up because of it. If I'm right, so be it. If I'm wrong, so be it. But I kind of think that. She did say she went in the house. She sure did. But I'm not going to argue with anybody because I don't have the proof on my hands. I think Don is now working with the police. 100%. Once Don heard that Candace was no longer in love with him per se, doesn't want to follow the script, I think this may be a ploy by Lawson, by the attorney, by somebody. But Don, what he would if somebody told him, you get TV in jail. He's not in prison. He's in county. They get TV. So I don't know. Maybe somebody wrote him, but it's just, if you think about it, you have this search out of nowhere all of a sudden. So you have the search going on, plus you have Donna in jail, Lawson saying there is an attorney. The women deny there's an attorney. Yeah, he does get TV, but women deny there's an attorney. He also gets letters, phone calls, everything else. We don't know what Cher told him. We don't know what another YouTuber told him. We don't know the people he's talking to. We have no idea. I know it's a good point, but think about it. I do. I really think that there's a good chance that Don lawyered up to protect himself. And now maybe they're putting something out there to see what these women are going to do. I don't know. Just a thought. Don knows I agree with that. Don knows what's being said on YouTube. Can people call jail? Does the person in jail have to call? The person in jail has to call, but things have changed the way they used to be. Like back in 2013, when I was in county, you didn't get any privileges. You got TV and you had to use a payphone to call out. Now, because of COVID, I hear it's totally different. You can buy a phone in commissary. You can watch the internet. Like you can get a tablet to watch stuff. It's totally different now than it was. He doesn't have money for a lawyer. You don't know that. He had money to fix up his whole house. Don's not as broke as people think he might be. There's jail TikTok. Is there really? Can't see someone from law enforcement lying on national TV. I agree with that too, Amanda. Why would Lawson say that if it's not true? That's what I'm getting at, Lilac. I think maybe Don is about to flip on Candace. You do not tell somebody that you go away and you have a missing daughter and all your children were taken away, and you go on national TV all loving on some other man like 2 weeks after your husband gets arrested. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not believing that. There's nothing to that. Or they are using it as a ploy and Donna's clueless. That's possible too, but I don't believe that. Don is too, what's the word I'm looking for? Don is, I wouldn't say too much of a narcissist or too, he's just not the type of person to not know everything that's going on with his wife or his something. He's just not. You love cringe? I know people wrote him. Bullcrap Betty. Hold on. Bullcrap Betty was encouraging people to write him and tell him. There you go. He had said once before that he had several alibis. Well, yeah, he said that on my panel, on Marissa's panel when I interviewed him. I got 7 alibis. She got none. So I see comments. Yeah, I don't care for Lawson either. BK calling Candace sweetie. All right, here's the thing. Benny thinks, and this is just an opinion, but Benny seems to think that Candace is going to open up to him, that if he sweet talks her, Candace is going to open up to him, tell him everything, and he's going to run away with the prize money. That's Benny's mentality. So, but there's nothing you can do to change that mentality because that's just how Benny thinks. So that's why Benny's all lovey-lovey to her. Since Candace pissed, that's what I'm saying, Truck. Let me put you guys up on YouTube because it's easier. All right. It's easier. All right. At all playing a situation too, it's all exhausting. Why even try to advocate it? Who's trying to advocate? Benny is a problem? He's not really a problem. He's just Benny. Okay. Hey, Audra. How did that happen? Okay. Hey, Audra. How did that happen? Okay. All right. The tube is hot tonight. I think he's a lying, scamming ass. Oh, I don't disagree with you at all. I heard Benny got arrested for crack. I have no idea. But that's another thing. Hey, Karen, that's another thing. Lawson allegedly said how social media hindered the case. No, they didn't. Show me how social media hindered the case. I'll wait. As much of an asshole as I think certain people are, they didn't hinder a case. They don't have that much power. They didn't do anything. Did Benny's family give him up for the well? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. And the panel, but it's out of hands at this point. Always supporting, but I can't with Summer's case anymore. Spivvy, and I agree if there wasn't something new, but this is kind of new. Grandus has never spoken before, ever. This is the first time she's speaking. And I think it meant something. I do. Yeah, I think it's stupid to say social media killed the case. Did Lawson do an interview? I totally agree. Same cell, same septic, find a new subject. You don't have to be here. Did someone force you to be here? Are someone holding a gun to your head? My guess is so many tubers sent in false info and let Ellie in the wrong. That's possible. Hey, Terry. In the very beginning, I think no, I meant recently. They're already nervous. I don't know, Lilac. I believe what Lawson meant, but hindering the case is because they had to look into every tip. Yeah, but that's anywhere. You want someone to give hundreds of thousands of tips. Did these people actually call it in? Or were they watching social media and they ran with it? That's my question. I'm so happy. I think you mean Lawson is fishing? Possible. But to go on TV, oh, same news channel? All right, I just shut it down, but let me find it. Sweet Carolyn, is that what Lawson? Oh.
Crews are back on the ground in Hawkins County for day 2 in their planned small-scale search for missing 6-year-old Summer Wells. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Marler. March 15th will mark 9 months since family members say they last saw Summer at their Beach Creek community home. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel joins us live where search efforts are underway. Hi, Ansley.
Hey, Casey. Yes, there are searchers out here from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation as well as the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. I'm told those are the only two agencies.
Oh. All right, I think this is it. But I need to find, oh, there it is. I couldn't find my Melon app. I was like, where the fuck is Melon app? All right, I think this is it, where the sheriff spoke. Yeah, Ben is not in jail.
You're watching The 7. Good evening, I'm Bo. And topping our list for you tonight with the deadly invasion by Russia on the Ukrainian people intensive the neighboring countries and days. Right, also dealing with communications on Ukraine.
It's going to be disastrous for the Ukrainian people unless, I pray for them. I've asked God for them to be strong.
Will be illuminated in blue. Next year in the Big 7, the 77-year-old mother of a mom lives in the city of Odessa. That is in the southern part of the country, right on the Black Sea. Olga is understandably fearful for her mom's safety. We first met Olga at a rally in Market Square over the weekend, raising awareness. For our next Big 7 story, we bring an update to the investigation into Summer Wells' disappearance. The Hawkins County Sheriff now says the little girl's parents, Don Wells and Candace Bly, are not cooperating amid the ongoing investigation and have now hired attorneys. The sheriff would not speak any further regarding the Wells' attorneys, but did mention that no conversation or development led to the past 2 days of searches.
We actually have not stopped looking for Summer. This is just another part of it that we are looking over some ground we've been on before and maybe some new ground we hadn't covered and just trying to turn up anything we possibly can to find this little girl.
As you likely remember, Summer was reported missing in June. The Amber Alert, by the way, for her is still active tonight. And rounding out the Big 7, new food.
Okay, I don't believe him. I don't. I really don't. I just don't believe him. Because, and the reason I say I don't believe him, if he said that no conversation or anything led to them searching again, then how are they not cooperating? What are they not doing that they're not cooperating? Because you just admitted you hadn't spoke to them. So what do you expect out of them? So I'm just not believing it. I mean, I just don't know why he would go on national news and lie about it. I don't trust him either. She did not even know they were searching. Who didn't know they were searching? Everyone and their mother knew they were searching. Maybe he's just not telling the public that, no. I mean, there are certain things that you would leave out to the public, but certain things you wouldn't. It was the interview, the first one, you had just the voice. What about that one? I don't know if there's more or not. Okay. Revealed that the family of missing 6-year-old Summer Wells is not cooperating right now. Lawson followed that statement with a pause, adding the family has attorneys. The news broke through as teams with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and Tennessee Bureau continued a small-scale search that launched on Monday. The sheriff would not speak any further regarding the Wells attorneys, but Lawson did mention that no conversation or development led to Monday and Tuesday searches. He stressed again that social media, okay. See, this is where things get left out. He stressed again that social media speculation hindered the investigation from the beginning. I absolutely agree with that. That I can see why Social media speculation hindered an investigation from the beginning. 100% agree. Of course, as they followed every lead in an effort to bring Summer home. In the first few months, it was pretty bad, but I think it's gotten to now that we don't pay attention to it whatsoever. I mean, it's just a waste of our time. Occasionally we get something we really want to check into, but people out of state, they really don't know what they're doing. And I assure you that we have given 100% effort. We, the TBI, the FBI, my officers, we have given 100% effort on this case. No stone left unturned, and we're not done yet. Tuesday marked the second day cruise, including canines, scoured through the rough terrain of the Beach Creek community and near Summer's home, from where the 5-year-old then disappeared after family last saw her planting flowers in the garden. Summer's mother, Candy, sent the following statement regarding the search. I'm very happy that they're still looking for my daughter, Summer. I heard about it, but I didn't see anybody. Thank you for remembering her. Summer's June 15, 2021 disappearance has gained attention worldwide through numerous searches, and thousands of tips have not led to any answers. Like I've said from day one, everything is still on the table, not ruled out anything. TBI previously expressed the very real possibility that Summer, wait, let me make this loud and clear for the idiots in the back. You know who you are. The TBI previously expressed the very real possibility, highlighted, very real possibility that Summer wandered off from her Beach Creek home nearly 9 months ago. Since her disappearance, Summer's parents have made an appearance on national talk show Dr. Phil, also created a YouTube channel, which has garnered nearly 14,000 subscribers since its launch in October. After the channel's launch, Summer's father, Don Wells, was sentenced to nearly a year in jail, stemming from a DUI arrest in October 2021. Wells pleaded guilty to the DUI charge, which led to an extended time in jail due to a probation violation. The ongoing Amber Alert for Summer lists the follows: age 6, sex female, race white, hair blonde, blue eyes, 3 feet tall, 40 pounds, from Rogersville, missing since June 15, 2021. Anyone with information on a whereabouts should contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. What does what have to do with anything? That the very real possibility, because there's a very real possibility that she wandered off. Let's see. Looking to see if there's anything else. It looks like that's about it. Same-sex marriage ban will stay in Virginia Constitution. Get with the times, Virginia. Have you guys heard about this story with the missing siblings? 10 days since Joshua, Jacob, and Amber, 15, 12, and 8, were reported missing from Carver County, Tennessee. Are you guys familiar with it? Children were living with their grandmother before being taken to a foster home on February 18th. They were only at the home a few hours before running away. Yeah, they ran away.
Carter County. News Channel 11's Ainsley Daniel joins us after speaking with a member of the Sheriff's Office today. She's live in Elizabethton tonight. Ainsley, what did he tell you?
Josh, the chief deputy here at the Carter County Sheriff's Office, tells us there isn't much new information on the whereabouts of Joshua, Jacob, and Amber Harmon tonight. He does tell us, though, they have received a few tips, just not much credible information. Chief Deputy James Parrish tells us that the three children are actually from neighboring Johnson County and were only at a foster home here in Carter County for a few hours before, quote, running away.
There had been several reports that the children were missing school. When they went out to check on the children, they were living in a hotel room. It was judged to be a bad situation.
Parrish said before being moved to the home, the children were in custody of their grandmother. Since it is believed that the children ran away from the foster home and were not abducted, he also says the situation doesn't meet the criteria for an Amber or Endangered Child Alert. Authorities do believe the children are traveling in an older silver Subaru, and they received enough information for a warrant in North Carolina.
There was a search warrant conducted in Avery County on Friday looking for the children at a family's residence. Was not successful.
Jacob was last seen wearing camouflage pants and a black jacket. Joshua was wearing a gray t-shirt and Amber was wearing pink pajamas. Back here at the Carter County Sheriff's Office, we're told that agencies across multiple state lines are working to determine where those children are, and they are just looking to get them back here safe and in state custody. Live at the Carter County Sheriff's Office in Elizabethton, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thank you very much. We certainly hope they're found soon. If you have information about where Joshua, Jacob, and Amber Harmon.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. Knowing that they want to get them back in the system, would you send them back or would you adopt them? I'd keep them. I would not send 3 kids back. Sorry, wouldn't do it. I'd somehow survive, but there's no way I would willingly give 3 teens, because the oldest, he's not going to get adopted out. Nobody wants a 14-year-old. They're not going to keep them together. So I don't know why they went from the grandma's house to care, but yeah, I would keep them. I hope they're safe, and I hope they're doing the right thing, or whoever's got him is doing the right thing, but he looks like the ringleader. It's going to give out which one. But there's no, the reason why nobody's talking about Spivvy, there's no Amber Alert, there's nothing. They said they can't even put him as endangered. It's sad, though. If they were going to be separated and ran, possibly. My brother, before he became a cop, he worked at it's why he became a cop, but he worked at like one of these places that, I forgot what it's called, but like where foster kids come before they get adopted out or whatever. And there were 3 Jewish kids in there. And my mom was like, I want to adopt them. My brother's like, no, you don't. But my brother explained to us, I mean, it's going back, 25 years ago? But he explained to us that when you have 3 kids, 9 out of 10 times they get separated, because younger ones always, a group home, thank you. Younger ones always get adopted out first. And then older ones very rarely get adopted out. They usually sit in foster homes or forever until they turn 18, and then they're no longer a product of the state and they're on their own. So I'd keep them too. They look adorable. Let me see if I can find anything else on it. Hold on. They age out, yeah. Denise, I was thinking the exact same thing. I just didn't want to say it, but I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, what is this chick wearing? What is with that green thing? It makes Wyoming, they can stay. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But there's no Amber Alert. There's no nothing. I don't know what car they would be in. Let's see. But they've managed to escape 10 days. Male 15, 5'6", age 12, 5'2", age 8, 4 feet. Well, none of them are driving. Well, the 15-year-old could be driving, actually. Yeah, there's no information. Hey, Mama Bear. Hey, Green Eye. Like, I don't understand why they were going from the grandma's house to... There is no Amber Alert. They don't qualify. What state justice? It's in Tennessee. Missing. Hold on. So there was, when I looked it up, there were actually 2 teenagers that went missing in the year 2000. 20 years later, they were found. That's crazy. All right. A YouTuber finds car. Oh, that must be Adventures of Purpose, maybe? These are like rabbit holes. This is where YouTube should be asking questions. If there's no information on 3 children, yes, we should be asking questions. I agree. This is somebody different. It's just a rabbit hole I fell in.
Alive. Witnesses saw Aaron's black Pontiac Grand Am on April 3rd, 2000, but that was law enforcement's only lead. Their search carried them across state lines after receiving tips that Aaron was living and working in Pensacola, Florida. Still nothing until this week. Tuesday, certified diver Jeremy Sides made a startling discovery at the bottom of the Calf Killer River in White County.
A black 1998 Pontiac Grand Am. Sides sent us this video of the moment that he discovered the car. He explains how his investigation led him to the spot near Highway 84 along the river. Wading through water, using a rope to guide his way. A blurry image at the bottom of Calf Killer River in Sparta clears, revealing the same model vehicle missing teens Aaron Foster and Jeremy Betchel were last seen driving after leaving a party 21 years ago. The discovery made by Jeremy Sides, a certified diver and Navy veteran who has a YouTube channel dedicated to helping solve cold cases.
The sheriff of Sparta, or I guess that county, the first thing he did was hug me, like without even saying a word, because he has been actively searching for these kids since 2000.
The newest revelation, hopefully bringing some closure to the tight-knit community.
Human remains were found in the park. 20 years old, there's not much left, but they did find a few distinguishing items that told them that somebody was in that car.
This isn't the first Tennessee mystery to receive help from Sides, who lives near Atlanta.
There's a lot of missing people in Tennessee.
In January of this year, he, along with a group, Adventures with Purpose, found the car of a missing Donaldson man, along with more than 40 additional vehicles sunk in the Cumberland River and Percy Priest Lake. Investigations in another cold case just last month led Sides to a vehicle belonging to an Oak Ridge elderly woman missing since 2005.
It is an undescribable new feeling that I've never had, because it's wrapped around excitement and joy, but it's bittersweet because you know that you just found their loved ones and they're not with us anymore.
His selfless sleuthing, the subject of his YouTube channel, successful enough for him to dedicate all of his time searching for missing people free of charge, using high-tech sonar equipment that paints a picture of what's underwater.
And I just start searching missing persons, and I'll just keep scrolling and reading them. And every so often one will come up where it's just somebody vanished off the face of the planet and they was in their car. Cars just don't disappear. So chances are they're in a body of water somewhere.
His hobby, now his purpose.
These police officers, they have many jobs and they're spread thin and they're working themselves to the bone. And that's probably why a lot of these cases take so long to be solved.
He's hoping to change the tide, one dive at a time.
It just feels like the right thing to do.
Well, law enforcement.
That's awesome. I know that was totally like off subject, but that's awesome. That's really cool. I didn't really follow the California boys. I mean, I know who they are and stuff, but I didn't really follow them. All right, Spivvy, let me go back. Okay. Nope. Let me go this way. All right, here's the problem. Look. 4 days ago, 8 days ago, 6 days ago. There's nothing. Sleuth Mom reported it. Three days ago, they're showing the picture. One day ago is the updated picture, which we saw already. There's not any information. 14 hours ago. Ran away from a foster home. They've been living with their grandmother before being taken to a foster home, where it's believed the trio ran away. Children are originally from neighboring Johnson County. That's it. They did not find the West boys, no. Yeah, there's almost nothing. The problem is, if you can't get any information, it's kind of hard to discuss or report it. Like, they don't even give a grandmother's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even look up grandmother's name. But the 15-year-old, he could be driving. You can drive at 15. I don't know where he's going to get money or anything. Yeah, that's all you get. Let's hope they did run away. They left their real grandmother's house, their biological grandmother, who they were living with, to be taken to a foster home. And they believe they ran away. Maybe the foster home is whacked. Who knows? But that's what I'm saying. The 15-year-old, he may have a car. If he was driving, that's why. That's why they believe he's in a car. Or he stole a car. I don't know. But a 15-year-old can drive in Tennessee. Why are they not asking local? I don't know. I can't get those answers. It's the same ones. Well, there you go, Spivvy. There's your answer. Because people that are promoting it only got 68 views. Some good information right there, though. They're supposed to be in a older Subaru, correct? You got to put it in Discord because it won't be it won't show a link. Just put it in Discord. I'll grab it. So let me give you a link to this girl's channel. I don't know who she is, but she puts together a nice video. I'll give her a shout. Anyone has information? Missing date the 18th. It's a nice video. I'll even subscribe. So her name is Duchess Discussions. She covers everything, just missing children. All right. Here's the link. All right. I guess that's it. What do you want to know about the boys? The boys. California boys. Trezell was arrested, the stepfather, but there's no the stepfather had a warrant issued today to arrest him. The problem is there's no bodies. So I don't know how they're even going to do this, but I'm not a cop. So give a shout out to another channel. Let's go. Oh, absolutely. She actually puts together nice videos. She puts time into that. Well, a lot more time than half of us. You know, we go live, but we don't put the time into, you know, editing videos the way we should. I know I do sometimes, but other creators don't do any. Let's see. Last headlight before I'm out. All right, murder charges filed against adoptive father Orrin and Orson. Two hours ago. Trezell West not listed in custody as of 5. He's charged with 2 counts, second-degree murder, 2 counts of willful cruelty to a child, and falsely reporting an emergency. Orrin, 4 and 3-year-old Orson were reportedly last seen December 21st playing outside the home. Been gathering some firewood. When it came back, the boys were gone. They were reported missing to California City Police Department. The department searched the home and brought the West in for questioning. Told media foul play was suspected, but nothing was found. More than $100,000 was offered in reward money to anyone with information. March of last year. He couldn't understand how the boys went missing after the county took them from him, supposedly for safekeeping. I don't know. It's sketchy. So they must have evidence somehow. They have to have evidence. They just have to. No, I'm still not that interested in it. I'm just telling you guys. Certain cases just pop out at me. Certain cases don't. This was not one of them that I ever really took too much interest in. Donna, I could care less. I could seriously give a shit less. Oh, yeah. Donna, I don't care. How many times I gotta tell people this? I don't give a fuck. Where is trying to get to my channel here.
Why do I?
That's what I was trying to do. FBI would have everything bugged if they knew they were guilty from the start. I don't know. They seemed obviously guilty. They were acting too weird. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. They just seemed strange. I just want to use that word. It's a white word. Did you put the link in Discord, by the way, my three healers? Okay. Yeah, it's the same one I read already. Thank you, Spivvy. You're the best. I could have sworn I just saw something on someone's parents. Parents want chained after unlicensed home care service takes in dozens of children at once. No, I could have sworn I just saw something. Yeah, they did move. But I still think they had to have found something. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's from 2 days ago.
Tonight, we're hearing from the family of 4-year-old Serenity McKinney for the first time since her remains were found the 18th. Serenity's mother, 21-year-old Catherine McKinney, who goes by Abby, and her boyfriend, 26-year-old Dakota Hill, were both charged with murdering Serenity and then abusing her dead body. Serenity's family celebrated her life at a Shelby County park today with a balloon release. Wave News reporter Kennedy Hayes spoke with her loved ones.
Crowds gathered here at Clear Creek Park in Shelbyville to remember 4-year-old Serenity McKinney.
She's got the most contagious smile.
Holding on to the memory of that contagious smile, remembering the 4-year-old who loved to sing, play, and learn. Her father, David Roller, overwhelmed by the support.
I realized how many people that my baby girl's touched, and it is amazing. I can't put that to words. There's so many people here. There's so many people that have been affected by this story.
Serenity's grandparents reported the girl missing January 31st. They told police they hadn't seen her since Christmas 2020. On February 18th, officers found Serenity McKinney's body in a wooded area near the Jefferson-Bullitt County line.
Wanting to wake up from a nightmare that I know I'm not going to be able to wake up from.
Serenity's 21-year-old mother, Catherine McKinney, and her boyfriend, Dakota Hill, are charged with murder and abuse of a corpse. The girl's family says Catherine cut off all communication with them last September. That's when they knew something was wrong. Serenity's father says he's still frustrated with the case and believes authorities could have done more to find his daughter earlier on.
We're not going to stop until every single person that had hand in doing this is fully held accountable. And that means even the people who are not behind bars right now.
In the meantime, Serenity's family hopes her smile continues to live through them.
Just to see how much she is loved, even by people who didn't even know her, just lets us know how special she was.
Serenity's family has launched a GoFundMe page to help cover funeral costs and legal expenses. You can find that on our website, wave3.com, along with resources if you or someone you know.
Yeah, but you want to know something? I mean, I'm not trying to be an ass, but the father didn't try to contact her for over a year, or he would have known that she was nowhere to be found. So he wants to sit there and cry. Well, where have you been for the last year, dude? Sorry, but where have you been? You certainly weren't trying to contact her. You weren't worried about your daughter. So my sympathy runs shallow. Yeah, you know, I could see the grandparents, obviously his parents, but yeah, where has he been for the last year? Has a story on the thread. Yeah, I think I pulled up every single story possible on the 3 teens. I see abuse of a corpse, though, is that you drop it off in the woods. Doesn't necessarily mean that they did anything. That Kibbe video was interesting. Which Kibbe video? I don't know. I play so many damn videos. Children for Benefits? Possibly. Kibbe. That's very familiar. I don't know. I play lots of videos. Oh, last night. Yes. Wasn't that really interesting with the judge? Like, it was almost like he was trying to talk him out of taking the plea bargain. I was like, I don't think they do it like that anymore. I really don't. I have not heard them go that intently in a while. Did you watch the Lifetime movie? Because that was really good too. I'll tell you, that's the Abby Hernandez case. It is bizarre. I couldn't believe that this judge was doing it. I was like, wow. Should I play it? I'll play it real fast. Hold on. I got to find it. Oh. Oh, you want to see a close-up of him? I just found this. He's fucking weird looking. Crazy. He was indicted on 205 charges. All right. Let me look at my history. All right.
We'll recommend that you be housed at a correctional. 7 indictments. Let's go back. For pertains to the 7 charges for which Freeman, you went over the acknowledgement and waiver of rights form with your client?
With attorney.
Okay. And you went up, and your colleagues went over with him each right that he's waiving today?
Yes.
And all parts of the form as it relates to these particular pleas?
Yes.
Did you go over with your client the elements of the offenses with which he's charged?
We did.
The burden of proof of the state?
Yes.
The possible defenses he may have?
Yes.
It's on Lifetime, not Netflix.
The legality?
Abby Hernandez.
Or admissibility of any statements, confessions, or any other evidence in the possession of the state?
Exactly.
To the best of your ability, do you believe that Mr. Kibbe is knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waiving his rights and pleading guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Kibbe, you understand that?
Okay, listen to this judge. I don't think they do it like this anymore, but listen to this judge.
By pleading guilty, you are giving up certain constitutional rights to which you're otherwise entitled. Among these rights are the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see and hear the evidence and cross-examine the witnesses against you, the right to the process of this court to compel the attendance of witnesses in your favor, the right to continue to be represented by your attorneys at all stages of the proceedings, including trial if you decide to have a trial, and your right to an appeal if you're convicted. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up each and every one of these rights?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you're presumed to be innocent? The state has to prove that you're guilty. You do not have to prove that you're innocent.
Like, why is he stressing on that? Like, the state has to prove it. You do not have to prove you're innocent. I'm like, oh my God.
And you understand that in proving your guilt, the state has to do so using competent evidence beyond a reasonable doubt.
I do.
Do you understand that if you had a trial, you would not be required to testify? And if you decided not to testify, the jury would not be able to use that as
But it wasn't read in the same way to CW. Keep listening.
evidence that you're guilty.
Yes.
You understand that if you had a trial, you could only be convicted if all 12 members of the jury unanimously agree that you're guilty. In other words, if one member of the jury is not convinced of your guilt, you could not be convicted. You understand that?
Like, I don't remember hearing a judge say it like that, where he says, you know, like, I don't know. I just don't remember it being that lengthy.
Yes.
Having all these rights in mind, is it still your desire to give up these rights and plead guilty without having a trial?
It is.
Are you satisfied with the services rendered to you by your attorneys?
Throughout this plea negotiation, yes, I am.
And you have told them the whole story without withholding anything from them?
I have.
And they've gone over the charges and the possible defenses you may have?
We have.
You understand that you're accused of 3 counts of aggravated felonious sexual assault, alleging patterns, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of criminal threatening, 1 count of witness tampering, and 1 count of second-degree assault.
I do.
And your attorneys have gone over with you the definition of those crimes?
They have.
And have they broken down the definitions into their elements?
Yes, they have.
You know what I mean by the elements of the crime?
Mens rea, you mean?
Well, including the mens rea. In other words, for the aggravated felonious sexual assault,
Actus rea.
yes, that too. They have to prove that you engaged in more than 1 act of sexual penetration over a specified period of time, what the act of penetration was, and that you acted knowingly. And the other element that with respect to lack of consent and so forth. You understand what I mean by the elements now?
Yes.
And you understand that in order for you to be convicted on each of these indictments, the state has to prove each and every element of the crime charged in that indictment beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Are you pleading guilty to these charges because you admit that you committed the acts set forth in the indictments and intended to do so?
Yes.
Have you been advised as to the maximum penalty provided by law for these offenses?
Yes.
For the aggravated felonious sexual assaults, what is the maximum that you can get?
10 to 20, $4,000 fine.
And for the kidnapping?
7.5 to 15, $4,000 fine.
And for the Class B felonies?
3.5 to 7, $4,000 fine.
Anyone make any threats against you, any member of your family, or anyone near and dear to you in order to compel you to plead guilty?
No.
Other than this plea agreement, has anyone promised you anything or offered you any inducement whatsoever in order to persuade you to plead guilty?
No.
Are your pleas of guilty entirely free and voluntary?
They are.
Are you presently under a doctor's care for anything?
I am not.
Do you take any medication or drugs on a regular basis?
I do not.
Have you taken any medication, drugs, or alcohol today?
I have not.
Attorney Friedman, have you noticed anything in your conversations with your client or your observations of him today that would indicate to you that he's consumed any medication, drug, or other substance that may affect his judgment?
No.
I will accept your pleas. Do you waive the reading of the indictments?
Yes.
Mr. Kibbe, on indictment.
But didn't that seem a bit excessive? Like, I just don't remember, like with Chris Watts, he asked general questions, but there was still stuff that left for interpretation. This judge made sure there was nothing left for interpretation. Hey, Wyoming, am I giving you a migraine? I'm sorry. Watch a regular case, stealing car, that bad checks. The judge also is saying, yeah, but that intently? I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't watch a lot of trials. But the one, I don't know. I just felt like this was a lot more than any others that I've heard. Yeah, he can't get out of it. He was charged with like 200 and something. Basically, the judge was clear in the state of fault in the future. No, I agree. When you plead guilty, you can't appeal. Other than that with Chris Watts. They're too boring for you. A lot of them are too boring for me. I need a hotshot attorney. I need a fancy lawyer. Otherwise, I get bored real quick. You have had one all day. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just don't remember. But again, I don't watch tons of trials. Like I said, they're boring. Some great cases just bore me with bad trials, bad lawyers, boring lawyers. I want fancy lawyers. Like the dude from 90 Day Fiance, he was a good attorney. He kept my interest. Jose Baez is doing a live trial right now. Is he really? What case? He's a good lawyer. What case? Jodi Arias was a good trial. Does read everything to make sure he can't. No, I know what he's doing. I'm just saying it seemed like it was a little intense. Which case is he doing, Lindsay? No, which case is he doing now? Dr. Hussel? I don't know that one. All right. Former colleague of Dr. William Hussel testifies during murder trial. Vanderbilt doc says Hussel's unethical doses likely killed his patients. The Dr. Death guy. Let's see. Hussel, 46, faced a murder charge on the death of 14 ICU patients who were under his care at the former Mount Carmel West Hospital from 15 to 18. He's pled not guilty. 14 alleged victims. Defense attorneys. Jose Baez. He got fat and old.
In the murder trial of former Mount Carmel Dr. William Hussel, we thank you for being with us. First at 4, I'm Brad Johansson.
And I'm Jennifer Bullock. NBC4's Dan Perlman joins us now live. Dan, testimony is still happening right now.
Jennifer, it absolutely is. The third witness of the day on the witness stand as we speak. Earlier, John O'Connell testified. O'Connell was the director of pharmacy at Mount Carmel West when Dr. William Hussel worked there. He testified that on October 25th, 2018, his operations manager, who testified earlier in this trial, approached him and told him a pharmacist had a concern about a dosage of medicine. O'Connell says he directed the operations manager to contact their quality and risk management individual. Shortly thereafter, O'Connell took medical leave and returned December 3rd. That's when he says he was, I quote,
I think Jose Baez is ugly as shit, Lindsay.
Bombarded by a lot of information related to the usage of fentanyl. He says hospital officials ran extensive reports and determined there was a high usage of fentanyl, especially with Dr. Hussel.
What was your reaction upon gaining knowledge about the dosing?
Surprised it was one.
That July, again, he was not the only person on the witness.
I want to see Baez. Let me try that. Hold on. All right.
Can you be said? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Baez.
And my job is to try to make it a little simpler and easier to understand so you can actually apply the law to it. One of the things that you're going to recognize right off the bat is there's no such thing as a medical murder case. And that this is not a murder case. And it's far from it. William Houston was exercising compassion to his patients and tried to.
And Casey Anthony loved her daughter. So there's that. Yeah, the sound on this sucks, though.
System is the second.
I don't know. Interesting. Diane works there in the courthouse. How a judge conducts their quorum sets the environment of the case. That's very true. I don't know. I think the guy's guilty. And I haven't watched one thing about the case, but I still say he's guilty. He has a lot of money in pharmaceuticals. Isn't that bad that I'm already judging the guy guilty? I don't know. 14 people don't lie. I don't know, Lindsay, what's up with the case? Is it any good?
PO40 is a quick design.
Well, now to this, day 3 of the murder trial. An update for us tonight. Ben.
With rejected an order for 1,000 micrograms for patient Rebecca Walls. The medications were accessed using an override function on an automated medication dispensing machine and given to Walls without Dressbox approval. He said he had great concern about the doses of dangerous drugs that Dr. Husel ordered and were given to patients. Dressbox said he spoke up because
I was concerned about the fact that people were overriding at one time such high doses.
Prosecutors again demonstrated to jurors the amount of medications given to another Husel patient, Ryan Hayes, part of a pattern, they argue, of large doses they claim hastened the deaths of 14 patients. Dressbox testified the combination of painkillers and sedatives given to Husel's patients increased the risk of respiratory depression. But on cross-examination, he acknowledged that he said this in an interview with Columbus Police.
With fentanyl in particular, having no dose ceiling, then it's hard to establish any evidence that giving doses like that during the palliative vent withdrawal or the removal of the breathing tube is wrong.
Jurors concluded the afternoon by hearing testimony from Randall Miles. That is a pharmacy supervisor who said he received 2 complaints from 2 separate pharmacists raising concerns about Husel's orders. But Husel's defense team...
He's guilty. Sorry, he's guilty. All these pharmacists are complaining. That's guilt. I know it goes against everything I'm saying, but still.
If you have a swollen and
Why is there no sound? No sound.
countered by pointing out that Miles did not mark.
All right.
The continuing coverage of the William Husel murder.
West in 2017.
Would 9, 10.
Schroyer, like dosage is given to Timmons, he says, sharing this with his direct supervisor.
That was a short meeting, but just that this is, I'm shocked. This is
guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. No, I'm just saying. Horse funeral suit to opening R. You said that already. No, I don't know. I would not want to be on this jury because I know how much money there is in these kind of pharmaceuticals. And there's a lot of doctors that went down for money. I was 23 and he had me on way too much a day with Xanax. I'm telling you. Maybe I'm biased, but the South Carolina judge sentencing of Nathan Rowland 7 months ago for the Uber ride murder made me proud to live in SC. I don't remember it, but I agree. I kind of remember it. I remember the names. But yeah, there was a lot of money in pharmaceuticals. So that's why I don't doubt this guy's guilty. Just saying. But innocent till proven guilty. So, but I'm going to get off. I really got to get to painting because I have so much still to do. And then I got to clean up and I got to do, oh my God, it's a mess, a fucking mess. And then I got candles in between all this. So yeah, what a day. But I will see you guys tomorrow if I'm done painting. And have a wonderful night. I'm taking my jokes elsewhere, but we love you. Thank you guys for Super Chat, Cash Apps, PayPals, candle orders, everything and everyone in between. I love you guys. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace.